Slowly but surely, this hole is being filled up with villagers. And since this guy's a nitwit and refuses to get a job, he shall be my test subject. I am then going to lure one of these fellas up here. Thankfully, this cave was very close. Put him in a boat, he will now never despawn. And then I can spleef these guys to come down here. My ultra-efficient trading hall is coming together. I've trapped 10 villagers down here. My plan is to get 10 more villagers up here. And then this guy here is going to be constantly cured and infected over and over again. He didn't want to get a job. Well, he's going to get a job now. And that will then cause these guys' trades to be way, way cheaper. The next thing I need for this plan is some name tags. And there we go. I've managed to find one. Let's see what we've got here. Okay, another one. Yes, perfect. So I'm going to name these name tags Infector. We've also got a few baby villagers roaming around. I think I'm going to need about 12 pistons and a bunch of levers. And then the plan is to put a piston underneath each villager. And then on this side, I need to just dig out these 3 blocks, put redstone on and put a block there. And then do the exact same thing on this side. I'm also going to place trapdoors along here so the villagers don't escape. And I can finally add the levers and fire these villagers upwards. And finally, if I mine these blocks, it will drop the villagers down and they'll be in the perfect position. And before I can do any more, I need mushrooms. And the best place for mushrooms is the nether. Brown mushrooms are what I needed, and brown mushrooms are what I've got. And that means I can make a fermented spider eye and brew some potions of weakness. I'll also craft a bunch of golden apples. You probably get the idea of what's going to happen next. I'm not sure what this extra guy's doing here, but he's getting out of here. I'm then going to release this guy out of his boat. He's going to follow me down here. Come straight into my trap. I'll then name him as the Infector. He is going to be trapped in there. And now if I flick this lever, you get the idea of what's going to happen. We can hear it right now. I'm also going to infect another one like that. If I then flick this up, I can get 2 of them with 1 splash potion. Like that. And then both of them are going to give me some sweet deals. We're also going to do the same thing on this side. Welcome, dear Infector. I'm also going to cure both of these guys. There we go. And this guy's been cured. He's offering me a discount. But you know what? 1 discount ain't enough, mate. Go and do it again. And so eventually, if I keep doing this over and over again, I will be able to trade 1 stick for 1 emerald. So, like mining 1 log gets me 8 emeralds then. We are now very, very rich indeed. What's that? I want mending? Oh, that's only going to cost me 1 emerald. I said need books. That's going to cost me more. It's so easy. Look, 9 mending books. I'm just going to go and put this on everything. I'm now ready to begin my next project. I've spent many, many days gathering lots and lots of materials. Currently waiting for my iron to finish smelting here as well. There we go. It's now all finished. You're probably wondering what on earth I'll need 2 stacks of iron for, but all will be revealed. To build this farm, we are going to be going to the nether. At this point, you can probably already guess what the farm is going to be, since there's only 1 type of farm in the nether anyway. Well, there is actually quite a few nether type farms, but this is the most common one. So I'm going to put a ladder right here and then hold jump. And then when I get to the top of my jump, I need to throw an ender pearl like that. And then, yeah, I am above the nether now. Look at this. We've arrived. So this right here is the block of bedrock that I want to destroy. So I'm going to start by placing a piston. And because my coordinates are at -Z, on the -Z side of this, we're going to place that. Obsidian on this side, TNT over here, and we're going to place a trapdoor like that as well. So the plan is, I place TNT here, go under there, and then I keep spamming this as fast as I can. Okay, it didn't work that time. It doesn't work every time. Take 2. This time I can feel I'm going to pull it off. I'll try and click a bit faster. You need to be clicking so fast. There we go. We got it. I clicked it faster. And now when I mine up this piston, look at that. The bedrock is broken underneath. We've got our way up and down. I feel like I should create a little bit of a pillar so that I can find my way over here easier. And now I need a nether waste biome. We're currently in a crimson forest. So if I head this way, I already know, I've checked before where the nether wastes are. So I know if I go in this direction, I've got the coordinates to the area. This is the perfect spot. So I'm going to build all the way up to max height now and make my zombified piglin farm. And I've made it to build height. Now, do you want to see something scary? I'm going to mine this, hold crouch, and hope for the best. Oh, look at that. We landed on the side, no problem. I'm now at Y249. I'm going to place a slab and start building. And I'm not going to bore you with too many details. I'm just going to get on with building it. I've successfully built this shape, and now I need to place 4,000 magma blocks. Yes, you heard me right. 4,000 blocks. Look at that, it's already working. Now that a lot have spawned, this is actually a good chance for me to put down my satellite pigman. I just put this guy in a boat and then work my way over here. I hope getting out the boat, yeah, oh, don't push me out. And if I break this, that's it, you stay there. You're not coming, you live there now. I'm also going to give him a name, Angry Man. And he's going to be the pigman that makes sure all the other pigmen stay angry. We've got a bad situation here. A ghast has spawned and he is ruining my day. I'm going to have to attack him with some flying skills here. There we go. That's going to be a problem we're going to encounter. Once I get all these slabs down, my problems of gas spawning will be over. And I also need to put walls in these corners here so that the piglin pathfind properly. And at long last, I have finished the spawning platforms. I've made the spot where I will stand, and this is the area where the piglins will die. So we're going to put a little trapdoor there. We'll put a rail on there. And this is the reason that I needed so much iron, because I then need to place 25 minecarts on this block. And with 3 iron to spare, this is all the minecarts I need. And this is where things could go wrong. I need to break that, then break the block below it. Are you kidding me? So if I now break this block, place that there, they are all in there. And I think it is now done, unless I've done something wrong. I suppose there's only one way to find out. I'm going to go over here, punch this guy. All right, they're now all angry. Let's get in here and see if it works. It's kind of working, but I think I slightly messed up by not making the piglin hole deep enough. Actually, if I break that block there... This is terrifying. They're climbing the ladders. Now, there's no way. I'm out of here, guys. Look at that. They're all going straight in. It's beautiful. And now I can just sit here and watch the XP flow in. And look at all the loot that I'm getting with this as well. I'm going to have to come up with some sorting system for this. And there we have it. I have now reached level 100. This has to be probably the best XP farm I have ever made. And the reason I chose this one over a Guardian or an Enderman farm is thanks to all the gold that I can get. I'm going to be creating a raid farm. This is going to get me unlimited totems of undying, even more emeralds. It'll also get me things like gunpowder and redstone. It's just a very OP farm, and it's not going to take that long to make. Turns out I also need a cake to do this. It has taken me so long to gather up all these resources. But once I have 6 buckets of lava, I will have everything that I need. I filled up these 2 shulker boxes, and now I can build this over an ocean. I almost forgot, I also need kelp. So this is where we're going to build it. The bed is going to be facing south. Well, it's taken me a long time, but my water elevator is now complete. Just checking in, I'm building a fancy system at the moment. This is a redstone hopper clock, so every like 30 seconds it'll then move that trapdoor. This next bit actually involves a cake. We're going to put that there, place a rail on here, place the minecart here and push it into the cake. Take away the rail, secure the minecart into place. Once I flick this lever, the block goes into the minecart. This allows both of the hoppers to pick up items. I'm very pleased to say I think I have finished all the redstone. I've just made this device here, which is very noisy, but it's just there as a precautionary measure to stop vexes. So once I get rid of all of these blocks, the raid farm will be completely finished. So this is where the raiders will spawn. They will go down here, float along this, fall down this chute, and then I will take them out and their stuff will go in the hoppers. I've also just realized I can't get out of here now. And before the farm is fully complete, we need to get a villager onto this bed. So it's off to the village to steal a villager. Do I take a child and put him on there on his own? No, I'm not going to do it. You good sir, would you like a job on a raid? No, okay. This guy's got no job. Come with me, and this could take some time. The very handy part about this is that we've got an ice track on the way. Very conveniently, it is nighttime, so the villager's going to get into bed. I swear, if you somehow drown villager, I will not be happy. Finally, he's in the bed. What I didn't tell him is he must now live on this island for the rest of his life. And now all that's left to do is for me to get Sweeping Edge on my sword. Finally, I've got the Sweeping Edge 3 book. And it turns out my sword is maxed out. That is very annoying. Thankfully, I can easily get all the books I need, craft a brand new diamond sword, turn it to netherite, and then apply all these enchantments. And I'm pretty sure this one can fit them all on. Perfect. I'm so close to finish the auto storage part. I just need a redstone torch there as well. I'm going to go for it. Okay, I got it. I didn't realize I was in flight mode. It was kind of easy. So now I can fill these chests with items I want to sort. And there we go. The auto storage system is done. All of these chests will collect stackable items, and then non-stackable ones like weapons, totems, enchanted books and saddles will go into these chests. I'm just going to put a load of composters along the top of here as well, just to make sure nothing spawns on there. Now, if I flick this lever, flick this one on and off really fast, quickly get some sleep, and now I need to go and get the bad omen effect. And here is the pillager outpost I know about. Here we have a pillager captain. Also, you only have to get Bad Omen once. All the other times after that, you'll just keep getting it again and again from the farm, because pillagers that spawn with a banner up here will give it to you again. So I've not used this before, but if I go and stand in here, and then periodically the machine will drop me down here, this then pushes me right back up. Although, what has happened to my villager? He's gone. That means I need some milk to get rid of this curse. Get another villager. Name him Special One so he doesn't get too upset. This time I'm making him completely safe. He will never escape. Take out another pillager captain. And this time it does indeed work. A raid has started. I just have to wait for these guys to fall in here. And here they are. I could just keep using my sweeping edge to easily take them out. And as you can see in the top right, I've got bad omen again, which means when I fall down, another raid will begin straight away. And here we go. Another one starts. So I'm going to AFK at this farm for a bit and see just how many totems and loot I can get. I've spent the last 2 hours AFKing at this farm, which is the equivalent of like 8 or 9 Minecraft days. And as you can see, I have got so many totems. So these double chests up here are all just overflow ones that are full up. And then what I've had to do is manually empty these chests because you can't auto sort non-stackable items. And then I just chuck them out over the edge. And I just took my chest plate. I need that. So yeah, it's a very OP system. I'll keep a full shulker box of these totems. I've also got lots of emeralds here. Yeah, not bad. I mean, lots of emeralds here. We begin with a 5x5 area here. I seem to have drowns spawning already. Since my pickaxe is really close to being broken, and I will need to do quite a bit of mining later on for the build, I'm thinking it'd be a good idea to repair it at the XP farm. All my tools have healed, and I got loads more gold from that. And so now it's back to building. So far, the building's going well. I'm going to dry this middle area out with sponge. And then I can put my 4 turtle eggs in here. And this contraption here is where the note blocks come in. There's also going to be pistons facing into these portals. Next, I can add string in front of the observers. And now if anything swims up here, it gets pushed into the portal. And when I now add soul sand at the bottom, and then it creates bubble columns that push the drowns up. And now I can light the portals. And this platform up here is where I will AFK the farm from. Basically, the drowns will spawn, see the turtle eggs, and try and get to them, but when they swim into the soul sand, it'll push them up there and the pistons will push them into the portal. And right here is the portal where the drowns will come through. This is where I can add some chests and have hoppers going into them. This is the room where I'll take out the drowns. I need to add some trapdoors here so the baby ones can't get through. The AFK room is now finished. I can now head out of here, and all that's left for me to do now is to clear out this area around the farm. Only an idiot like me would build this farm right above a ravine. That's going to affect my rates. Looks like I'm about to get my first Nautilus shell. That's another thing that this farm's going to give me a lot of. It's already starting to work. I'm going to get another Nautilus shell here. It's kind of hard to see, but we can now see the farm in action as the drowned goes after those eggs. I don't even know why I really start massive projects like this, but at long last, my drowned farm is now complete. So I'm going to swim up to the top and then AFK up here and see just how many drowns we can get. It's been a couple of days. I'm going to head to the nether and see how the farm's doing. Here is all the drowned. On average, you need to kill 150 drowned to get a trident, so I'm not too confident we'll get one here. So far, just rotten flesh. I'll probably have to AFK a bit longer to get a trident. Time to start building. And this stone slab platform is now complete. I seem to have had a bit of a disaster here and my carpets are all burning and I've run out of carpets now. I'm pretty sure buttons will still work though. Thankfully I'll get some carpet back since I'm now adding walls. And because Blaze and Pigman will also spawn on here, we're going to build a little trap that will get rid of them. We dig down 5 in total, place some sand. I'm also going to dig some little trenches here. And I can drop more sand and put a cactus on top of that. Same on this side and finally one right here. It's going to slightly hurt me, but if I just build up, there we go. So this is one of them. I have to do that on all 4 sides. I'm going to need fire resistance for this one and a bucket of lava as well. There's a lot of blaze here, but I'm just going to drop the lava and swim down. Now I need to build a platform all the way down here. Let's drop some sand on there, put some cactus on there, another sand right here, and one on top of that. And the walls just need bringing down to this level as well. And now this final cactus is down. These bits are finished. On these bits, I just need to add turtle eggs and trapdoors, which is what will lure the pigmen over. Now we can come to this middle bit where we're going to place 6 glass blocks. And at the top of this one, we're going to place trapdoors. When we remove these 2 blocks, that is where the piglin is going to go. No! You just broke my turtle egg, you stupid gust! What a mess this is. Gotta get rid of you guys right now and stop this burning. Thankfully, I have a few spare buttons. And that is why I brought spare turtle eggs. Let's add some trapdoors there. Are you kidding me? Another gust? Why am I suddenly getting so many of you guys? It's going crazy at the moment. We're gonna add some walls around this as well. And this is where the wither skeletons are gonna fall down. So these trapdoors here will trick them into falling. This is the chute they'll fall down. I've dug it all the way down and they'll land on these slabs. I've created a nice little landing platform down here. And now I just need to create the storage system. It's taken a lot of brain power, but I think the auto storage is just about finished. Need to put some repeaters here, redstone on top of that, and it should automatically sort items. Now I just need a bit of glass on there. Look at this, we've already got wither skeletons ready and waiting. I've decided to spawn proof this area because the next bit is going to be very difficult. I'm not looking forward to this next bit because I've got to trap a piglin in here. It's going to be a nightmare. I found a hoglin and I found piglins not that far from the fortress. Although these ones have got crossbows, I don't want guys with crossbows. This guy looks like the perfect candidate. Or maybe this guy. Come on mate, come down here, just don't hit me, you might die to my thorns. I go like that, spleef him. That's it, down you come. Okay, I didn't think he was a one-tap. I don't know what happened there. I think this guy is the guy for me. Different piglin is now in pursuit. I think I cornered this off, but we need to get through here. This feels so weird. It feels like you're at school when it's completely empty. All right, mate, I'm gonna have to get rid of a few buttons, but can you now get up here somehow? The staircase is on. Do not trample the eggs. I've just realized the eggs. Alright, I'll do a few laps while I work out what to do here. He just ran across it, but it was okay. I guess that's a good thing. Let's build a little staircase so he can get over. No! Take two. This time I'm much better prepared. He just needs to run up here. And now he's trapped. Oh, he just walked off. Oh, can you go back up there, please? Oh, no. This is a bad time. Wait, there's two gas? Oh, my goodness. Not right now. Let's block you in. You're not going anywhere. He is now well and truly in the position. I'll just quickly name tag him. There we go. Now I just need to get rid of this portal. Add a few carpets so magma cubes can't spawn. The reason I've got a piglin there is because wither skeletons will try to attack him and fall down that hole. I don't know if you could tell, but his name tag said, I have a great life. Because he does have a great life. He's now stuck there forever. Now I can fly down here and test it out. Oh my goodness, there's already wither skeletons here. Let's get to it. I made a big mistake. I needed to use carpets. The buttons will not stop magma cubes from spawning there. Hopefully it now works a bit better. Oh, and I need to spawn proof this. There's loads of pigmen here. Okay, now they are dropping a lot faster. Let's see if we get any wither skulls from that. So far we've only got coal and bones. I hope I never have to place another button in my entire life. I've also spawn proofed this platform. Hopefully now we get some really good rates. Spent a number of hours improving this wither skeleton farm. I spawn proofed a load more area and it is now working really, really well. If we head on down here, you will see we have nearly 100 wither skulls. If we combine that with the extra ones we've got in there, we've got a lot. In fact, I've got 10 in my inventory as well that I must have picked up, because sometimes you do pick up the loot if you like stood here. Notice how I've managed to pick up some coal there and stuff. But look how fast they're dropping. Another wither skull. It's brilliant. I have turned the render distance down. That helps the spawn rates a bit more. What I ended up realizing was that this area over here was completely free for things to spawn. So I had to put all these slabs on here. I also added way more slabs over here on all this bit. It took me ages. And I did also completely miss an inside part of the fortress, which was also causing problems. Now, I know right now this design looks pretty terrible, but it is subject to change once I get honeycomb and honey blocks. But in order to get those, I need to build a honey farm, so this is what we're starting with. We're going to have nice glass in the walls. It really does look terrible. But I cannot stress enough that once I have the blocks I need, I'll basically bulldoze this area and rebuild it completely. Otherwise, you guys will never take me seriously again. You know what? Since it's definitely getting rebuilt, I'm going to make a statement. Yes, I am indeed building a grass block roof with some lovely flowers on top of that. I mean, if that doesn't look like an amazing honey farm, I don't know what will. I'm going to play it safe with the floor and just use birch planks. I don't know what to say. The design's starting to grow on me. So on this side and also this side, I'm going to have an area that will collect me honey bottles. And down here, an area that gets me honeycomb. I've ended up making this tunnel go all the way around because I think it just looks a bit better. And then there'll be glass filled in here, and then this is where the bees will live. So I'm going to fill this all in with grass. And then we're going to put downward facing dispensers along here, and then hoppers along the bottom, and then more hoppers pointing into the dispensers. I think I'm also going to add birch logs along the bottom here, and then that creates a nice little border. And look at me getting all creative with some nice stairs at the corners. Although to be honest, I don't really like it, so instead I'm going to change it to be glowstone in the corners. Instead, I'm going to put the stairs like that. Along the back of the beehives, we're going to have comparators, and the redstone's going to loop round like this, and then I'm going to have to try and use blocks to try and split up the circuits. And I want to use gold blocks for the walls and the roof, because it kind of has that honey kind of colour. Although I'm going to need a lot more if I'm going to complete this. I'm also going to dig out these strips along here, and then fly over in this direction, grab some of this podzol, and add it along here. And to finish this, I'm going to need a load more redstone. Well, it took me a while, but I have now redstone wired every single one on this side. So now all I need to do is add all the beehive. I'm going to block up these bits so the bees can't escape, because for now I only have 4 bee nests. But in theory, this is now done and it should get me some honey. Look at that. The first lot of bees are out in full force. Even the baby bees here. And I've already just realised my first mistake, that these redstone torches actually need to be moved back 1 block. Thankfully, it's a very quick and easy fix. And look at that, it's working. I've got my first honey bottle. By placing a couple of blocks here and then packed ice along this way with pressure plates on top. We're going to need a daylight sensor right there. Then if we come across 1, 2, 3, 4... Oh, I'm going to have to... Hold on, I need to fill this bit of endstone as well. That's much better. And the packed ice goes there. Let's get rid of these blocks. And I'm going to basically repeat this all the way around. Gone all the way around. I've added a little bit of a wall here. If we want to put a sign... Okay, that's not quite right. Said it wants to be like that. Perfect. And then we're going to put another sign up there. And finally, a sign right there. And in theory, when I place water here, yeah, it doesn't leak everywhere. Do need to change this to be a slab, though. Okay, well, we stopped the water. Now, this little water contraption is also going to be repeated on all the sides. And all 4 sides are now complete. Next, I'm going to come here, place a block with a repeater on 1 tick delay, and then a block coming out of that. In fact, it's going to be easy if I jump and place one like that. And this has a piston on top of it, and a slime block coming out of it. So as you can see, when I'm on here, it didn't really work that time, but if I go like that, Like, it will push me across here when this is finished. I've done some thinking, and I'm going to go back and swap out all this ice for blue ice, as that will make things run a lot better. I spent ages trying to work out why I go so slow when I get through the water, and weirdly enough, it's because I've got depth strider boots on. So if I go like this instead, I've taken them off, I get across fine. So never knew that was a thing. All the pistons are now in place. Basically, the way the mechanism works is it's going to push me around like this, and I'm going to be looking down, holding right click, and pressing the end crystals in. And also, okay, I need to slightly fix this then. There's something not right there. I'll just put a lever here that's permanently on. That'll fix that. And on the second time round, it works perfectly. But sadly, the Wither Machine's redstone might need to be moved. Next, we're going to build a system that detects if the Ender Dragon has been defeated or not. To do this, I'm going to place a stairs here and then a slab on the side. Also a slab on this side and a block underneath. Then I'm going to put an observer like this so that it will detect if the water disappears. And that water is going to be like that. So you can see it flows into here. But once the end portal activates and the dragon is spawned, it will temporarily turn this block to air and then the water will reflow back down. And this will activate the observer. I'm guessing you didn't come here for me to teach you how redstone works, so I'm just going to get on with the building. Then that observer connects all the way to this redstone and it goes straight up to a note block, which is going to send the signal way up high. Right here is the chute that you're going to fall down from all the way up there, so we do need some water on this. But first, we're going to get rid of this block and we're going to add slabs. It's probably easy if I just jump down here. No, we're not going to add slabs. We're going to add signs like this and then slabs on top of here. And then finally, we're going to place some water there. And as you can see, I can then, well, you know, I'm not going to open it because water might drop down and I don't want something to go wrong. Turns out opening this trapdoor causes no problems at all. Next, I'm going to build a bit of a soul sand chute, which means I'm going to have to come into here a bit and kind of, yeah, box in. This is where we're going to start intruding on the Wither farm. This is going to be a nice little glass chute that goes right the way up with slabs on top. I think it's finally time to try and move some of this redstone around. I decided it's best to just straight up remove it because whatever was there would get destroyed and turn into endstone anyway when I use the farm. I think I found my best bet is going to be to put barrels here instead, and then I can put a repeater here because I can't put repeaters on top of chests. I'll be honest guys, I'm kind of making this part up as I go along, but I think that this is now going to work perfectly. All that's left to do is test it out, I suppose. So the water's going to go there. I'm going to fall down here, and I'm not going to keep jumping, am I? I'm going to fall down. It's going to push me down onto this, and then that pushes me up here, and I should just float up. All I have to do is fill it with water. Oh my goodness, we've had a disaster. We've had our first disaster. Oh no. This machine's now broken. Guess the rule is you can't have a dragon farm and a wither farm working at the same time. This feature is now complete. It brings me up here. I'm just gonna put some water like that flows to there. So then when I'm up here, I'll go to this piston and straight to here. This is so complicated, but at the same time, it's actually working. All I can do now is keep building this tube up until Y114. I've made it up here. I've got loads more redstone to do. I'm not going to make you watch it all. This part isn't very redstoney though. I'm just going to put water there and fill this up using kelp. And that gives me a very nice little water elevator. And the soul sign can be moved back now. I hope I don't regret breaking this, but I'm going to go like that and then place that. Hopefully the water didn't mess anything up. I see water going into there. That's not good. It did mess it up, but this now works perfectly. All the redstone is complete. That's basically what's going to dispense some end crystals and push me back down. It's all done. Now I've got to fill in this area. And this is basically going to be a giant water collection system that will collect all the XP. Finally, this is done up here. I've put slabs all the way around the outside as well. All that's left to do is start adding water, and thankfully I can use infinite water sources to do that. Now I can build up 7 blocks from here and place an obsidian on top of that. This is kind of going to stop the dragon going down too low. And now I've got to stack up another 60 blocks. And now I'm going to build a TNT duper. Normally I wouldn't do any duplicating glitches at all on this world, but there's not really any other way to do it than using a TNT duper. They are fairly simple things to build, and they're very, very powerful. Now then, did I build this correct? Let's see. I go like that, and then there we go. The TNT's going down. Although I built it in completely the wrong place. It's meant to be above that obsidian. Nothing that I can't quickly fix. I have fixed that TNT duper up there. It now lands on the obsidian. And I've also built the 4 TNT dupers that are at the 4 tallest towers. So these will destroy them. And they're all connected up using redstone. Next, I'm going to build a system that will detect when the final tower is ready. So I've got an observer block right here. And I'm going to use twisting vines. So if I go right down here like this, very gracefully float. And we're going to put a twisting vine there. There we go. Build it up a little bit. A dispenser going into that. And this is where the bone meal comes in. This is going to be a hopper on top with a double chest here as well. That's going to go like that. Here's my bone meal box. Get that all filled up. And now all the bone meal that I own is in this chest here. I'm going to place an observer facing this way. And I need to head back home and get another observer. Before I do that, I also want to change this to be blue ice. Add a slab right here. Let's just get rid of these blocks. And right here, this needs to be a sign. There we go, because the sticky piston otherwise will stick to it. This piston can go right here with the observer facing this way. which is now going to grow this. And the bone meal will only grow out when it's not at its full thing. So this bone meal isn't getting wasted. If I want to switch it off, I just go like that and it stops and that keeps it running. I can also make this into a torch farm because these torches will drop off and go through the portal. So I'm going to throw some torches through. And then I have to see where they land, so I destroyed my bed, so I came back to here. Aha! I've spotted them. So right where this block is, what we're going to do is instead place a hopper like that, with the chest underneath, so when any torches fall through the portal, they should go straight into this hopper and straight into the chest. I'm going to grab all my end crystals, load them up into this chest. Somehow I've got to try and switch on the TNT tube, but there we go. I need a better system for that. Alright, here we go. Let's test it out. Let's see if this somehow actually works. Okay, it's pressing right click for me automatically. Okay, I don't have to touch anything. This is 100% being AFK'd. All the end crystals are down. Okay, I need to be careful with that trapdoor clicking, but alrighty, we're in the chute. Okay, that is good. All 4 end crystals got done. We've got another 4 end crystals, so that system is working as well. I guess all that's left to do is see if the Ender Dragon correctly dies. Okay, this is a lot of hard work. I guess the entire video is kind of coming down to this moment. The Ender Dragon's up there. He's taking damage, or she should I say, and it's circling. I think it's working, guys. Look at that. The Ender Dragon is... It's been taken out. I haven't installed the replay mod so you can get a view of what's happening. It looks amazing. And now the dragon is being taken out. So let's see if the system works to send me back down. I'm going to keep things going. So it sends me... Well, that didn't work, did it? I feel like that should be a pretty simple fix if I just put some blocks below that. All I have at the moment is logs, so we're just going to do something like that. Yeah, that should definitely help. I guess I should go for test run number 2. And second time round, and another dragon has easily been defeated. And this time when the machine pushes me out, look at that. We land exactly where we want to be, and we're going back around the machine again as intended. Okay, there's a... I didn't actually have to change... There is a little bit of a problem with that bit that I will fix, but it's so fast, like already... The next dragon is being summoned. Dragon number 3 is down. We're going to be pushed and we go around again. Although this time I'm going to stop myself from going around. Now we've got the villagers. We've got the materials. Let's get building. To begin with, I've got to build 6 portals all in a row. And those are all now complete. Let's now add a platform for the villagers with 3 beds on it as well. This one is now complete. We just need villagers, but we've got to do it on all 4 corners. I'm also going to make sure that I have plenty of villagers, so I'm going to breed a load more. Look at that. It's already working brilliantly. All of these are now done. Now for the fun bit of getting the villagers up there. Double minecart trouble. What could possibly go wrong? Somehow everything went fine. Alright, you get the idea. Let's get the rest of these villagers in. Finally, I have got 3 villagers into every single one of these holes. Now we're just going to build this little compartment here, and the same thing on this side. I've lit up all the portals, set up the compartments. Now I'm going to add slabs on top of these, and next I'm going to head to the nether and link a portal there. This right here is the chamber that the golems are going to come into, and I'm just placing signs here, and there's going to be lava in between all of these. And once I add all of these hoppers right here and light up the portal, this place is completely finished. Let's build this right here so I can get back easily. That slightly went wrong. Now all the golems are coming through here. Take 2. Oh my goodness. It literally took me straight to diamonds. Now that is what I call a good portal. Although, as I always say, diamonds are for peasants, so we're leaving them behind. Finally managed to link these portals correctly, so I can get in and out from here no problem. And in the meantime, this farm should be working away very, very nicely. Turns out in building this, none of the golems could come through, so I've got to destroy it. And it seems like this is working extremely, extremely well. So I'm going to sit here for a little bit and see just how much iron I get. It's been quite some time, and there's golems everywhere. We seem to have a slight problem here. I'm going to try and add walls around the side to stop this from happening. And despite a lot of the golems getting away, we have got so much iron from this. It is extremely efficient. Took some time, but I now have all the items that I need. And this one doesn't need to be built over the water, but I still think I am going to, just to keep it out of the way. And kind of with all these other farms right about here should be perfect. And we're going to start by placing some chests along here like that, with a nice little hopper system that has a slab on top. And this is where the creeper's going to be, so I've kind of got to make a way so that it can be boxed in like this, which I'm just going to keep repeating all the way up to level 90. We've made it to the correct height, so now I'm going to build out a giant platform. The platform's done, so next we're going to build a glass border and then a few extra glass blocks on each corner. And instead of using loads of water buckets, I'm instead going to break ice and and do something like that. And there's also going to be loads of water source blocks all the way around the edge. So basically, it's going to push the creepers down here. Yeah, I've definitely done this slightly wrong because it shouldn't all be completely one. Just give me a second. The water's now all gone. Time for take 2. Alright, this time it looks a lot better. Next, we're going to come to the middle, build up 3 blocks, add a dispenser right there, and get rid of this dirt. Next, I'm going to add 6 blocks to the side of this dispenser. And these have glass on the end and glass on the left. There we go. And then this next bit is going to be a little bit precise, but I've kind of got to build out like zigzags, but there's got to be glass, I think, right about here, and it's kind of just... yeah, connecting up like that. It's really starting to come together, isn't it? So next we're going to fill in all of these gaps along here. And then I'm going to add a bunch of glass pillars. And these are basically going to stop things like spiders from spawning. Because in this farm, we only want creepers. In the middle, we're going to build up like this. And we need to get this guy. Yeah, we're just going to place an observer like that with a dispenser on top of it. Let's go and get rid of all of that. And then we're also going to need a bunch of slabs. Thankfully, a bunch of slabs is what we've got. And these go out 14 blocks in all directions. And now for the bit that's going to take forever. I need to connect up the corners and then fill in the whole thing with slabs. And finally, it is done. The next job is to come down here and place trapdoors everywhere so only creepers can spawn. There we go. I tell you what, it takes ages to make creeper farms, doesn't it? You got to do so much work. So I don't know how I'm going to get out of here. Probably something like this. And I can place another trapdoor, place a slab. Right, we need to do a clock up here. But the sun's going down, so I should probably sleep first. So we need a block here with redstone on the top. And then we're going to build this out 4 on each side. There we go. And I'm going to jump up here like this thing. We're going to put a block here. And then we also want to put a lever like that. And then it's going to be a pretty standard redstone clock. So we're just going to add repeaters all the way around here with some redstone. Do the same all the way back to the end. And then when I flick that, it should go around. I think I need to just do it into that mode and then, yeah, it creates a nice little clock. Although I should add these. It's going way too fast. Slow it down. There we go. Okay, that's a much better speed. I'm also going to quickly go down here because I need to remember to put the water in there. So, yeah, this should in theory destroy all my torches when it does it. Yeah, look at that. Beautiful. And we see it in action. This is just instead of cats, basically, it's going to push the creepers off. And then it's going to go back around. It's not as fast, but obviously, you know, we're only getting music disc. It doesn't need to be ridiculously fast. All it's left to do now is build the AFK spot. And to be honest, the best thing for me to do is go back and get some scaffolding. Now I have 96 scaffolding. Let's place all of this down. I have to say, this is way, way easier than if I'd actually was placing it. Look at that. It's so easy. This is my little AFK platform. I'm going to put a slab above my head so that no phantoms can get to me. And I might even just... let's just make a little... yeah, we'll make a little area here. We'll just chill up here. Perfect. I will also... go down here and swoop at the last second. Okay, half a heart. A little bit close for comfort. Anyway, back to business. We can break all of that. See you later, scaffolding. And look at this. We're already getting loads and loads. Oh, whoa, 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 don't blow up. Maybe it would be best just to not look at it at all, actually. Instead, I'm going to sleep. Sleeping is much safer. Right here, we're going to be building a compartment and using glass as walls and also the roof. Now, let's also build out some blocks along here with a block on the end. And I'm going to place 2 slabs like this just to protect this golem. And to make him completely safe, I'm going to box him in so that he can't escape. This golem's life will be a very simple one. Let's build this golem right here. Put a pumpkin on. There we go. You're living there, sir. Now I just need to get the guy in here, which we're going to call the Music Man. Even got him a name tag and everything. This is going to be a precarious task. In the end, I've realized building this giant bridge is the way to go. And now that's a job well done. Let's remove this bridge. Don't know how I did it, but somehow I got a floating piece of stuff. Oh, it must be glitched. Hold on, if I go like that. Yeah, it kind of reappeared. I don't know, that was a bit weird. And this farm is now complete, so let's go and fly up to the AFK area up here. I'm going to sit here for a bit and see just how many music discs we get. A couple of days have passed, let's go and see what we've got. Here are the chests and... oh my goodness, look at all these music discs. We have got every single music disc going. In all honesty, it's actually going to be very annoying as this because it's completely surrounded in water. But first, I'm going to dig away all the blocks that aren't budding amethyst ones. And now the only purple blocks left are the ones that will grow amethysts. And before I continue any further, I want to create some sort of cage over this that gets rid of the water so I can mine away the calcite and whatever block this is. The smooth basalt, that's it. I've got plenty of glass, so I'm going to build a border around this entire thing, which could take some time. And there we go. The roof is now finished. Everything is now finished. We're boxed in. Just going to make some sort of entranceway here. Next, I'm going to start placing sponge and hopefully drain this place. I've realized that I'm doing this in an extremely inefficient way, but it is still getting the job done. And now I have successfully drained this entire place. And that means I can get rid of all of this smooth basalt and the calcite. This really has turned into quite the project, hasn't it? This room is now well well and truly dug out, I'm going to head back home and get all the items that I need to build the farm. These are all the items that I've got. I'm going to be kind of making this up as I go along, so anything could happen. There's already quite a lot of amethysts that have budded, so if I go like this, look at that, we can get the shards like that, but obviously we want to do it in an automatic way. So the plan is to place all the pistons upside down like this, and then when they activate, they would break off the amethyst. To be honest, guys, I can already tell that this is going to be an extremely messy build. From what I can tell, the best thing to do with the ones near the top is to place a hopper directly below them, and then not a single one is wasted. This is one of the most complicated things I've ever done, but I'm pretty sure all these hoppers, I mean, this is probably not that efficient, but all these hoppers connect up to each other and lead to this hopper right here. So if I put a few random items in some hoppers around here, they should all end up at the bottom. Thought I'd messed up, but they all ended up in this hopper right here, so it's not a big issue. So all I got to do is make sure that that hopper goes like that. And then they would have just flowed straight through there into here. The next thing I've got to try and do is connect all of these with redstone so they all go... Why am I even trying this? I really thought this would just be some super simple build that would take me like 20 minutes. Come up with a new plan because things are just getting too confusing. If there's diorite down, that means it needs redstone on it. You ever had a realization that you're just a redstone idiot and that the only blocks that actually need to be powered are the ones in the middle of the pistons, which means a lot of this redstone isn't actually needed. Now, if I'm not mistaken, pressing this button activates every single piston, which means now I've just got to create some sort of hopper clock that goes off every 3 hours. I have no idea how, but I think this is working. It's the biggest mess I've ever made, but I'm quite new with hopper clocks. So I believe when this empties, which happens every 2 minutes, this redstone turns off and on, and then an extra item can go into there from this hopper into there. And once this one empties, which I've just made it so it empties, it pulls back the redstone block, and then I think that's when I want a signal to go round. And I've had to add a comparator on this side powering this redstone as well to make it fully work. So this clock is counting every 2 minutes, and then this one here is kind of a timer that multiplies that. So if that's 2 minutes and then this is 80, that makes 160 minutes altogether. Like I said, I've been making this up as I go along, so I'm going to actually put a sticky piston there and then quickly head back home, grab an observer, then place that right there with a repeater coming out of that, redstone dust connecting up to these pistons. I think it worked, guys. I think that just worked right there. That means this hopper just needs 80 items in it. In fact, I'm going to make it 79, and that means that every 170 minutes, all these pistons will extend. So you think I'm done? You think I'm just going to AFK here for the next 3 hours and get all my amethyst shards? Well, you're wrong. What I'm actually going to do is make a chunk loader so that this farm is always working even when I'm not nearby. And the way to do that is using hoppers, droppers, and portals. And for this chunk loader, we're going to need 3 droppers like that. And then if we put a block along here, we're going to put a dispenser instead like that. Then out of this redstone dust we want an observer, and if we jump on top of that, another observer, redstone dust right there, and then along here we're going to build a portal. Next we need a hopper into the dropper and a hopper into that hopper with a block there and a block there, and finally a rail here with minecart hoppers on both of those. Finally I want blocks along here and some blocks here, and then I'm going to quickly build another of these devices. This is now fully built, so if I now put any item here, so let's just go with an iron ingot, what you'll see is it'll go through the portal, and it'll come back through the portal, then go through again, and it'll just keep going around and around, and as long as I don't stand too near it and pick it up, then the item will keep going backwards and forwards and keep this chunk loaded and all the ones next to it loaded as well, which means these amethyst clusters will grow even when I'm not here.